And at my first date with my boyfriend was to one of your quizzes. He took me to a Dr. Paul quiz.
Of course he did.
Yeah, that was 6 years ago, and it's still going strong. So if you need a testimony for how good it is taking a girl to a Dr. Paul quiz on a first date, I can do that.
Thanks for that. I'll probably get that in writing from you later on. I'll put it on my testimonial. So that's good stuff. Yeah. Right. I'm going to get on with the quiz. I don't know if you saw the other ones, but the format of this is fairly straightforward. It's 10 questions, but they go up in value. So the first one's worth 1 point, so it's easy. Second one's worth 2, a little bit harder, and so on up to 10 points. So if you got them all right, you would score 55 points. I think you only need about 20 to get the Greens back in the lead, because we had a great showing from Jodie Jameson, who was on first. So here we go. And the first one is kind of a gimme. It should be fairly easy, although we've had a couple of people miss the 1 point question. So here we go. Question number 1. It's a geography question. What is the only official city in Scotland whose name starts with the letter S?
Stirling.
Very good. Right, no problems at all. And that's in your zone as well. So
I'd get an absolute ribbon. My office is in Stirling, and I would get a bit of a ribbon if I got that wrong.
See, if I'd actually thought these were for you, I might not have put that in there, could just, to avoid you getting absolutely roasted. But you got it right, so no problem. Right, question number 2 is about engines with faces. In the Thomas the Tank Engine stories, what is the predominant colour that Thomas himself has painted?
He's blue.
Yeah, fantastic. We're off to a flyer. 2 easy questions and full points so far. And get slightly more difficult as we go on. Question number 3 for 3 points. Which Rowntree's chocolate bar was launched in 1976 and aimed at the male market, aided by a series of television adverts depicting truck drivers eating the bar? So they tried to sell it by making it a man's chocolate bar. What was this?
That was a Yorkie.
That's right, yeah.
Not for girls. Incredibly sexist.
Well, you see, by the time they came out with the Not For Girls thing, that was well into the 90s, and it had become sort of ironic by then. But maybe the Greens will outlaw that sort of thing if you get in. I don't know. Question number 4.
So I was going to say it was shite chocolate anyway, so the guys can have it.
There we go. Right, question number 4 is a 50-50 question, right? What is the first name of the woman who wrote The Gruffalo, which was first published in 1999? Is she called Bronwyn or Julia?
She is called Julia Donaldson. Did I get a bonus point for that?
Nah, you get nothing. You just get a warm feeling of satisfaction that you're just all over this, so it's to propel you on to greater things as the questions get more difficult. But 100% so far, you're going absolutely fantastic. Question number 5 is a sports question. Which city in England has held the Snooker World Championships every year since 1977?
I'm quite partial to watching lots and lots of snooker. It's in Sheffield.
That's a very good answer. I take it when the Greens get in, the value of the green ball's going to go up, yeah?
Yes, definitely. That'll be the top one.
Absolutely. Make it more difficult as well, because up the other end of the table. Anyway, number 6. So these are getting more difficult. What was the name of the Russian Navy submarine which sunk in August 2000, killing everybody on board? It was a great disaster for the Russians. A submarine sank and everybody died in the year 2000. Can you remember the name of that submarine?
Am I getting options? No, I forgot to.
No, this is a straight one. This is a straight one. This is why they're getting a little bit more difficult.
I think I do know this because it absolutely fills me with horror. Like, one of my biggest fears is being on a submarine. Never mind getting trapped on a submarine, just being on a submarine under the sea is awful. Because I remember reading this and it'd been awful. Was it the Kursk?
Very good. I don't know if that fear information was just to buy you thinking time, but if it was a tactic, it worked. The Kursk is absolutely correct. You're going great. You haven't dropped a single thing so far, but we're into the difficult questions now. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right. Number 7 is who can run at a faster maximum speed? Camels or human beings? Who's the best? Who can go the fastest? Camels or human beings?
Right.
The fastest ever person or the fastest ever camel?
Camels are really tall. They look slow when you see them run, but they're really tall. So they'll cover a big distance, and they race camels in the Middle East as well. So you would think that like there would be no point in racing camels if you could just run and be faster than the camels. So I'm going to go camels.
That's well worked out. That's worked out with logic and precision. 7 points for that one, Mags. Okay, we're into the difficult ones now, or what I've put as difficult ones. You never know. It's just a case of whether you know them or not. Question number 8: which animated kids film sequel of 1999 included a villain who was called Emperor Zurg? That's Zurg. Emperor Zurg was the villain in which kids film. Animated film came out in 1999, and it was a sequel.
Right. This is my weak. Films in general are my absolute weak point. I'm going to have to try and do a logical guess on this. 1999 sequel, animated, and I've not seen it, so it's probably not a Disney one.
Yeah, Emperor Zurg.
An emperor. Ah.
You're gonna have to push you for an answer.
Ah, right. Like,
come on, Max.
I was going to say Monsters Inc., but the sequel to that was Monsters University because I watched it the other week. No, I can't even think of that. I'm sorry.
All right, bad luck. That's the 8-point question away, but it was Toy Story 2.
I've not seen any of the Toy Stories. Like, I've not even seen the first one. I need Team Yates for film questions.
Yeah, well, it is difficult because it's not a team situation. Doing this head-to-head is extremely difficult, so you're doing tremendously well. We've got 2 questions left. Here's the 9-point question. Which acid has the molecular formula H2SO4?
Right. So H is hydrogen. What was it?
H2SO4.
Hydrogen sulfide?
Yeah, I can see what you're doing. It's not right. It's sulfuric acid.
Okay.
Sulfuric acid. Right. Okay. You've missed the 8, you've missed the 9, but you can get 10 points here. Okay. You can finish off on a big bang. Like the main quiz, it's a what year question, and like the main quiz, you got a leeway. On this one, you can get 5 years out either way. All right. So the question is, what year did these 2 things happen? Amelia Earhart disappeared over the Pacific Ocean. She was an aviator, and The Hobbit was published for the first time. So those things happened in the same year. Have a guess at the year. If you get within 5 years, you get 10 points.
Right. I'm pretty sure The Hobbit was published in the 1930s, and I think that would be around the right time for Amelia Earhart as well. So it's 5 points either way. So I'm going to go slap bang in the middle of 1935 and hope that I'm right in thinking it was the 30s.
So you're going for 1935. You are close enough. It's 1937. Very good answer. Brilliantly worked out as well. And a fantastic score, 48 points out of 55. That's certainly one of the best so far. And I think I can just about give you the scoreboard, actually, because I've got it all set up tonight. And you should be able to see this. And it's a big triumph. It's a fantastic effort by Mags Hall from the Greens. And we can see that's the scores. There you are.
Smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Oh, I'm annoyed I didn't get one more. I'm going to go for the ton.
Don't be greedy, Mags. You did you got 48 points, which is a tremendous score. Well done to Mags Hall, who's I just had the information on the list. I didn't realise you were the candidate for Cowdenbeath as well. So great stuff. While I've got you, right, because I did say to people earlier on, if you've got questions for Mags, I don't want to make this too much about politics.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Sorry, what? Louisa Jobson said in the comments there, hydrogen sulfate is the same as sulfuric acid.
Louisa! Hydrogen sulfate is the same as sulfuric acid. I know she said sulfide, but was pretty close.
It's really close. Okay, it's really close because I was doing the chemical thing in my head, like translating what you'd said.
Well, listen, I've always been of the mindset that it's not a quizmaster's always right thing. So what I'm going to do is just nip over here to Wikipedia, also known as God. and let's see what we can find. So if I say, so my answer was sulfuric acid. I'm going to look that up. Sulfuric acid. Okay. And then also known as oil of vitriol. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search for hydrogen sulfate. All right. Hydrogen. So that's what Louisa was saying. Louisa was saying hydrogen sulfate is the same as sulfuric. What did you say? Is hydrogen sulfide?
Well, but I've got a Fife accent mind, so like.
Brilliant, right?
Heard, but I definitely said hydrogen sulfate.
I think you did. I'm going to look up the difference between sulfate and sulfide. I like to get to the bottom of it. You know, I don't feel bad. See, if you'd done really badly, I would definitely give you that. But like, you're way at the top of the table. So to be fair to the other people, I'm just going to be.
Fair enough. I don't want to win by cheating.
Or sulfite. What's it? Hang on. You know what I need for this one is Google. Actually, what is the difference? I mean, somebody probably knows in the comments if you want to tell us. But right, there's a search term. What's the difference between the main difference between sulfate and sulfide is that the sulfate is an anion and sulfide is a chemical compound. I don't know what that means. I'm just. Oh, look. Louisa's gone, oops, just checked it. I think I'm wrong. So sorry. Nah, look, you've done well enough. You've got an amazing score there.
Louisa said underneath, give me a point so I can achieve a ton.
No. No. I've got to play fair. I think people are, let's see. Yeah, look. Alistair says hydrogen sulfide is H2S. Okay. I mean, come on.
It's worth a try. It's fine.
It is worth a try. Look. You were as close as you could possibly get and still be wrong. So you've certainly not shamed yourself. You've certainly not shamed yourself, and you've done an amazing job, Mags.
Thank you.
Well done.